Hello, Grace family. Well, as you all know by now, we are in a very unique situation with the spread of the coronavirus, and events are unfolding that are going to impact all of our lives in very practical ways in the coming weeks. So we wanted to just talk with you about how we're thinking about this, what we've been praying for, and what our plan is moving forward as a church family.
Yeah. And we just want to acknowledge that we understand there is a spectrum of perspectives on what's going on right now, frustration in some cases, fear in some cases. And so in the midst of those different points of view, we've sought as elders to kind of sort through all of that and to try to decide what does it mean to faithfully lead our church through this crisis. And in addition to that, we've come together with many other pastors in our county who have all been seeking one another's input and opinion and counsel to help guide one another to determine what is the best way to proceed for their respective church communities. And so that's been really a beautiful experience.
So here's our plan moving forward. Regarding Sunday mornings, we're going to cancel our Sunday gatherings on the campus beginning this Sunday through the month of March, and then we'll reassess beginning in April. But we're not going to give up meeting on Sundays. So this Sunday, we want to encourage you to meet in your homes with your families, invite friends over if you want, and we're going to provide some video curriculum and some discussion questions. And we want that just to be a time of rich fellowship and prayer and learning, just processing together. And then beginning next week, we're going to be creating some opportunities for you to meet in house gatherings throughout the county. So stay tuned in terms of where you can go and what that will look like. But that we really want to continue to meet, and we're just going to find creative ways to do that.
Yeah, and many of us are already meeting during the week in various ministries in small group contexts. And so those are going to continue to take place. In some cases, there may be some modifications in terms of how and when and where we do that. But for the most part, those are going to stay intact. And so if there are any changes, you're going to be contacted by the respective ministry leaders to tell you what you need to know. But just to let you know, we will continue to meet during the week.
And just to kind of share our heart with you in this, we want to be motivated by love, not by fear. And we think these decisions are motivated by love. We want to love those who are at risk. And most of us are not at risk, but there are plenty in our community who do fall into the at-risk category. So we feel like these measures are a way to love them, to protect them. We also want to do our part as a church community, along with the larger society, to try to slow the spread of the virus so that our healthcare system can deal with it in a good time. And so we think this is one way we can just be faithful citizens in the midst of that.
Right. And honestly, we see this as an opportunity. I mean, we have all seen what's been going on around us, how people are responding in fear and panic, looking out for their own interests and not necessarily for the interests of others. And so we want to be faithfully creative in how we approach what we're doing. We want to be creative in terms of how we gather. We are hoping that we'll be able to experience a kind of fellowship that we may not be able to get at when we meet in our regular Sunday morning context, and we're excited about those opportunities. We're also excited about the opportunities where we can express love to others, people who are hurting, people who are fearful. This world needs hope. They need to be around people who have their confidence in the Lord, and we have an opportunity to really share the gospel to people who are really disillusioned and worried right now.
So stay tuned. We'll be communicating throughout the week via email, Instagram, and especially on our website. So we'll be in conversation with you. And just know that we're in this together. We're praying for you. We're praying with you. And we look forward to walking through this together as a church family.
Amen.